There is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
Ah, yes. Welcome to Deadhaus Whispers.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I am Calypso, your fantastic host for Deadhaus Whispers. Welcome to another episode of Deadhaus Whispers. Here on Deadhaus Whispers, we talk everything Deadhaus Sonata related. Deadhaus Sonata is a spiritual successor to Legacy of Kain, an action-adventure RPG with multiplayer and single player, and you play the undead fighting the living. And as always, I am joined by Faceless Mike, our other host.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome, one and all. And this week, Calypso, we got a bit of good news.
What's the good news, Mike?
I believe by the end of the year, we will be getting a combat demo.
Gasp. I didn't even know that.
Maybe he's not going to bed. Now, here's the fun bit. I knew we'd be playing by the end of the year, even though we've been delayed, but I was kind of like, yeah, we'll see. We're never going to get to play the game. Oh, we will. You will.
Yeah,
very soon.
Yeah. I had my theories on maybe or maybe not being able to play by the end of the year, because especially with the times that we are, especially with the times that we are in now, nothing's really set in stone and everything's kind of up in the air.
So many things
at
are
least
delayed.
It's something.
Yes, Reb, you did hear combat demo. So many things have been delayed and like everyone's angry about it, but I'd rather it be delayed and done well. That goes for every game. Like
Definitely.
Even when Doom Eternal got delayed, I was like, well, that really sucks, but that means they're working on it. That means they've found problems and they're trying to fix it, which is a very, very important thing, because, you know, we're not going to name studios or anything, but some things needed another 6 to 12 months, you know. But that's the way it is. So as a rundown to that, you should go check out the most recent Deadhaus Sonata stream. Go check out deadhaussonata.com. We do our typical little pluggies, deadhaussonata.com, and you will be able to find on there or on the YouTube channel, you can see the latest ones from Dennis where he talks about this combat demo. And if you look very carefully, there's actually grayscale models of the actual arena in the corner of the screen, which again, a lot of people didn't notice. So the way it's good, you're so smug when you know something we can't know. It's honestly pretty funny. Oh, you have no idea what I'm currently sitting on. But anyway, so there's going to be probably no tarot cards in this. It is going to be a combat arena. It's going to generate enemies. We're going to be fighting various flavors of like Legionnaire or something to that effect. And you will be a vampire and you will have a weapon. Possibly multiple weapons. Will again, this is all TBD, but at the moment, it's not just to hammer out the fluidity of the combat, and it's not just a demo for everyone to get to try it out. It's also for feedback for Apocalypse and Deadhaus. So if people are like, "Oh, the combat's too flighty," or not a big complaint often, but I have seen it happen. There's too much weight. You know, the swords are like too heavy. Things are going too slow. It's too sluggish and muggy. I'm sure you've had that before, Calypso.
Yeah, welcome to Game Dev 101. A great thing about this combat demo is not only can you like get a really glimpse of it in some of the previous streams that Dennis shows off and everything, is that this is like QA testing for the community, and it really gives an insight of what game dev is actually like. Like there's lots of old like making of videos for a bunch of older games and stuff, like especially I think God of War 1 is one of them, especially comes to mind, where they show well, what do you do? Well, I'm the combat designer, and it just shows Kratos in a combat in a grayscale arena fighting enemies, showing the hit detection boxes and everything like that. And it's just testing. It's testing, you get a feel for it, you get feedback on it, and then you know, things will change, things will move, things will flow.
And on to that, you've heard Dennis mention many times, one of his big things is about transparency, and he wants the community involved, down to picking clock towers, deciding Legionnaires, the werebat. By the way, head on over to the Deadhaus forums, go vote on the werebat. I'm still on
pick number 2. It's
But
falling
anyway,
behind. It's falling
on
behind.
to
Pick number two.
that, what we've got going on for that situation is he likes transparency, and part of this is the combat room. So it's not just going to be people deciding on a forum. It's going to be people giving feedback going, I don't like this, or I really like this, do more of this. Or, and like, it's quality testing. Yes, it is like proper beta testing. This is what actual beta testing is, not that crap where they decide to, thank you, Reb. Not that crap where they try to say, "Oh, this is pre-alpha footage. Get in on the beta test now. It's out in 3 weeks." Not that. I love that crap. So like Gamescom, not throwing any shade, but watching Gamescom at the minute, and I see like things like, "This is pre-alpha footage. It's out in November."
Yeah.
Is it? Is it really? Is it really pre-alpha footage if you're doing that? That's kind of like it's like, this is done. This is already finished. You're now crushing bugs. You're in the extermination bug crushing stage at that point. But this will be a great thing to get to test out. Plus, that means, Calypso, everyone is Team Vampire.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't not skip past this one, folks, because you are going to be playing the vampire in this combat demo.
In this term, everyone is Team Vampire.
Yes.
But you heard Dennis. He was saying then when we eventually roll on to the first stage, at the very beginning, it'll be rolling out with Vampire, and then the plan for the rollout will be Lich and Revenant, and that'll be first stage. That'll who you'll get to play.
Ooh, that's interesting. Lich after Vampire. I was expecting Revenant.
It was going to be Revenant, but I think it's got a Team Reluctant Vampire. Good one, Shiny. I like it. No, but that's the way it goes. How they'll go, it'll see, because again, this will all be getting things set up. There's going to be very much, from what I gather, like a Warframe approach. The way start small and grow into something absolutely incredible, rather than like, here's all the toys out the gate. Yeah, most of them are broken, but
yeah, it's funny about Warframe is I'm going to ask you. I don't know the answer to this. I'm hoping you do, Mike, or even Wyvern Tamer. Is Warframe technically still in beta?
Yes.
Is it still in an open beta?
Yes.
For how long now? 8 years?
There's a reason for that. Now, this I did not know, but this was explained to me. The reason why games like that stay in what's called like open beta is that way they can still change the core mechanics and alter things. Once a game is like finished and released, you can't mess with it. You can add to it, but you can't change the core design, because that way you're actually taking the game out of release and doing it. But if it's in beta, you can mess with the mechanics. So while they're rebalancing and readjusting things like melee combat, or completely changing the graphics, for example, like Warframe had I don't know how many people noticed, Warframe
like a big old visual overhaul,
massive visual overhaul. They couldn't do that because that would be fundamentally changing the game. So games like that, and then where you get that is there are games like Ark, who are, it's dead, for lack of a better term. They're finished adding stuff to, because they're going on to Ark 2. That stops being an open beta, and when they add the last patch, it's like, this game is complete. There you go. It's out the door. You see, that's okay for some games, but not for others. That's why, for example, World of Warcraft was released. It had its full core mechanics. They couldn't change those, but they could add extras, and then you end up with an unbelievable amount of extra crap that doesn't mean anything. Like, they had one add-on where you had a base where you built up your base, like this kind of a weird kind of strategy game thing, and then the next one was about getting an item, a legendary item that would like become a legendary weapon, and you powered it up, and then there's all these extra crap things that keep getting added on instead of like, well, we could just change the main game that you have a base. That's how those work.
I mean, Deadhaus Sonata in beta for the rest of its life, which isn't a bad thing. I think Payday 2. Payday 2 is still in beta.
This puts it on Steam, though. Which, by the way, if you haven't, onto Steam, wishlist, Deadhaus Sonata on Steam now. Those things matter. I know it seems like it doesn't, but they do. And you will get notified then when you'll be able to play the beta, and you'll be able to preload.
Adding something to your wish list on Steam is essentially like liking a video on YouTube and helping out the algorithm.
Yep. It's also like pre-ordering only without the money, because it gets the
that too.
companies to be able to show, hey, look, we have this many people that are interested in this. And it shows a lot of back-end stuff that's very important to the developers. Mightn't be so much important to other people, but it shows demographics like, hey, we've an awful lot of people in Canada and the US that want this. You know, or hey, there's an overwhelming amount of French people who really want to play this game. Maybe we should make sure we localize it in French too. You know, things like that.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting. This is super exciting. Finally, gameplay.
Yeah. Oh, you'll see gameplay before the combat demo.
Oh, I'm so excited. I think the thing I had something. Oh yeah, I think the best part about this combat demo, or just like early game development in general, or what you were saying earlier about like, oh yeah, this isn't pre-alpha and then it releases in 3 months, is everybody do this. Everybody, when next time you like watch a game trailer for a game that you're interested in, go and watch the first trailer from when it was first revealed, a trailer from a couple months later, and then the final trailer, and just look at its visuals and how it either visually changes a lot, even if it's like pixel hunting where you're just looking at light shafts or higher quality textures or something, or if it doesn't change at all visually, is an indication of they've nailed their visual style and they're working on the mechanics, or they're testing everything out and there's visual trouble, like adding glitches, so they have to scale it back or they improve it somehow, and then versus the final. So when a game is saying, oh yeah, it's in open beta or alpha or whatever, and then it releases in 3 months, go look at the visuals for that trailer from a couple months ago or something to the one they just showed. And then when it gets released is when you can tell generally how far along in a game's development it is, just from its visual quality and fidelity of its graphics.
My favorite one is not just that they're like, oh, this is beta or pre-alpha footage crap that's going to release in 3 months. My other favorite one is when they have a big announcement trailer for a game, there's no gameplay. It's all cutscene.
Yep. It's all
cinematic. Like that. E3 is famous for this. Like, you know, it's like, oh, here's a big game. It's like, here's 5 minutes of a cutscene.
Oh yeah,
like,
no. How many 4-hour long E3s have you watched that are literally all just announcement trailers and like 3 gameplay showcases?
It's the video game Super Bowl. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You know? It's just weird advertising, you know, which is bizarre. I get it, but like gamers, once you're over like 14, you're over that crap. You know, you would you want to just show me the game. Just show me the game.
It to me. I don't care.
There was a great one that was revealed for Gamescom actually called Cult of the Lamb. You know, it's good because it's published by Devolver Digital. Yeah. You know, so it's crazy and it's exactly what you think it is. But like they showed this cool cartoon intro and then they showed like nearly a minute of the gameplay, like splicing in like cool little splashes of like, you know, CGI stuff for the cutscenes and all. But it looked incredible because they had the right art style. But the key point to that is they showed the game. They showed how it plays, what you do. That's the important bit, because Calypso, I'm sure it's happened to you, buddy. Over the years, we've been stung. You see a trailer and then you play the game. It's like, this is crap.
Something that pisses me off about a lot of trailers, like CG trailers or whatever, especially like early CG trailers for games that get announced and they don't come out for like 3 years, is all the stuff in the CG trailer that I'm watching stuff that I will be able to do in game. You know what I mean? And the only game that I can think of that does this, the only games that I can think of that do that show me a CG trailer that has nothing to do with like gameplay at all, and then they show gameplay later, is BioShock and Dishonored. Those trailers, even though they were CG trailers and like cinematic stuff, they were still showcasing the core gameplay mechanics that you could do in those games, even though they were
Dead Island,
CG. Dead Island,
yes, shiny.
Great
Dead
CG
Island
trailer. Great CG trailer. Terrible fucking game.
Do you remember Dead Island? That really weird slow mo.
Yeah, I loved it.
And you're like, what the hell is this even about?
Yeah.
Like, trailer was awesome. Game was this well. I enjoyed
Dead Island
it.
2.
Although
still
I will
nowhere
admit,
to be found. 10 years later.
It's not a great game. I will admit that, but I had a bit of fun with it. But the other side to that is there is another game that done that. That's trailer has nothing to do with the game, but is always brilliant. And it went away for a while, but it's coming back. And I like that the announcement trailer was the same thing. Fable. Fables
Oh,
was
that's
always
right.
like
They're
the
bringing back
chicken
Fable.
running through and stuff. You know, it's got
That's
nothing
right.
to
They're
do
bringing
with
back
the thing. It's
Fable.
just showcasing the really silly, absurd world
Mm-hmm.
that is being inhabited.
Didn't
If
I guess I gotta go back and watch that new Fable trailer because like didn't a frog eat a fairy?
yeah,
Okay, like either
but
that's a
you all
Shrek
remember that
movie or
one
it's a
of
Fable trailer. I can't remember.
No, it was for Fable. It was
Okay.
re-announced that they'd like Microsoft had resurrected it to get it done properly. But you remember the one before where they had the chicken? And
Yeah.
it was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
chicken ended up in the kitchen and it escaped and running down the street and
Mhm.
get caught again and all this kind of stuff. New Fable.
Mhm.
What? When? Yeah. When? What? Exactly.
Yeah. When we don't know when. What? I think my favorite Fable trailer to derail from the conversation a bit is do you remember the trailer for Fable 2
Yes.
where it showed a tree and it showed the lifespan of the tree and then it was like, you know, medieval times and then steampunkish or whatever. That is clearly a burn at Peter Molyneux that like, oh yeah, in Fable 1 you can have a tree and you can plant it and then watch it grow and just all of his boisterous talking of the Fable series. Guy's a great developer. Okay, I love
I
Peter
love
Molyneux.
Peter
Like,
Molyneux. He just needs to learn to shut up.
mm-hmm.
Because like I was a big fan of like back in the day with Bullfrog and stuff.
Oh yeah, Bullfrog
With
great, dude.
when they like Dungeon Keeper. That was my franchise. No surprise I ended up at Deadhaus. You know, they were great ones, but again, always be wary of trailers. I trust nothing until you see in game. It's cool to admire artwork and stuff. Like I enjoy that, but whenever they show you a cutscene, it's like pre-order now. It's like,
I think if you're going to do
indie developers can get away with that crap. When you're a massive studio like EA, you're starting to take the proverbial one, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, EA, I guess we'll talk about that another time, the whole Dead Space thing. But yeah, so moving on, we're getting a Vampire Combat Arena. And then along with that reveal, there was a bunch of cool new art, right?
So we had Chelios, and then we're showing here, which may also be Chelios in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Chelios in the background. Really great picture quality, though.
The painting in that is phenomenal. Hats
yeah, it's so good.
That's incredible.
This is a wallpaper category. Yeah, man, the trees, they look real. Like, they look friggin' real, man. Oh.
Dennis actually had a particular art where he was showing about the trees and how they were done. I just love the candles. What do you think the candles mean? There's an awful lot of candles.
Burial sites.
Because let me point this one out to you.
Oh, and it's a road. The road to, what is it? The road to vengeance? The whole Blood Omen thing, right? And then there's a pillar. Oh, wait a minute. Is this that place that I forgot the name of? Oxcarox, like the road to it?
Although, there's an interesting little chapel-looking thingy here.
Clearly we're in Mordor.
No, that's over here.
Yeah, this looks great. For those of you listening on Spotify, DeadhausSonata.com, they have all of this artwork that we're looking at now.
Yep, DeadhausSonata.com/media. In the media section, you'll be able to find it handy enough.
If you want a new wallpaper too.
Now, Calypso, I don't know if you heard this, but did you know that this was an in-game screenshot that had stuff painted on top of it?
That's really fucking cool.
That's a screenshot from the old Lumberyard one that was painted up to be more in line with how
it looks now
in 03D. Yeah,
that's sweet. That's really cool. I dig it. Like, and oh man, see, I don't know if this is, now that you said that, like my eyes are adjusting to it, or if it's just pure paint now. But like the water or the carriage tracks or something.
Yeah, I keep waiting. I said it last night in the stream. I'm just half waiting on a carriage to just like go bolting past.
Yeah, it looks great. Holy moly. This is beautiful.
Your carriage is the hopper.
That's one thing that I think Dennis and team Dennis and friends does really well is in all of his games, from even from back in the day with like the the ones that clearly blank my mind as I tried to think about them. The early like top down stuff from when Silicon Knights first started. All the artwork for everything that he's done is fantastic. It's every time. Every
there's
time.
so
The game
much
could
more
come
to
out
come.
and like the game could come out and suck, but at least the artwork is good, you know.
Oh yeah. And then
Ooh, we get a oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Is this all leading up to wait a minute. Okay, so are all those pictures like a
go on.
succinct
The cogs are turning. Go on.
are they all like
Say
a
what you see.
succinct trailer? That's I mean, that's a fucking cemetery and like a church or whatever, right? And then
As Wyvern Tamer pointed out last night, I didn't get to say it on stream. You notice like the lights here kind of looks like eyes.
whoa, ooh, yeah, you're right. Oh, that's crazy. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. But if you look at all those pictures, like to get like back to back to back, 1, 2, and 3, where we are now, it's like it's a path that leads to this area.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
There's a weird symbol near the top there that seems somewhat illuminated.
It looks like something I can't tell, but it looks like glyphs and stuff.
I had to laugh when I seen those crosses on the graves. I'm like, are they Catholic?
I mean,
as my Catholic background coming into, I was like, that's very Catholic. Do you mean the braziers? Yes.
Yes.
It's all very sinister. Ooh, I didn't notice. Is that a treasure chest? To our right of the door where the brazier is. It looks like that's a chest.
Oh yeah, I see.
Crypt.
I see. Got some valuable loot in there. You have now gained light armor.
Oh yeah, Wyvern, I seen that, but I just didn't want to interrupt Dennis talking. Yeah, when Dennis is on a roll and telling us information about the game, I shut up.
Did any beans get spilled yesterday? I don't know. Someone fill me in. Except for the combat demo.
And the stream schedule change?
Yeah, that too.
I wonder who's stalking around these gravestones.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Unless, okay, to the left, is that a gravestone or is that a shadowy figure among the gravestones?
There is a gravestone, but there is also stuff. Now, here's the question for you, Calypso, as a lore fiend. Candles. There's an awful lot of candles.
I think it's grave sites, or
on the road,
or guiding. Ooh, it's a guide. It's a guide. Stars above, achievement gained, gravedigger.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now, the other one where Dennis didn't really spill beans. Dennis don't spill the beans. He tells you what you need to hear.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking cool. Yeah, this was my favorite. I did see this yesterday. I did see this. This is my favorite right here. I don't know what that symbol is, but I like it. It actually looks like the old. It looks like the old Blood Omen executable, like the symbol for the Blood Omen executable on PC, and then an owl. They got it's a Legend of Zelda dark version.
Is it an owl? Those look like legs.
Oh, does it? Someone sitting in the trees. That's creepy, dude. That's creepy. That's some nightmare fuel right there, man. I hate that stuff. Something up in the trees that you just can't see or tell. Your mind's eye is freaking the hell out.
Scar, what struck me is that maybe the candles are a ward of sorts in Thasian superstition. Could be. Could be.
Very much.
So, but here's the thing. This is Thasian stuff, yet it's lighting the way to an obelisk.
The Ignis Fatuus lights the path to hell.
Well, Dennis did tell us what this was.
Did he? I wasn't there. It's an obelisk.
It mentioned.
Is it floating? Is like half of it floating?
It's the don't beat me to the punchline. He said this is the same type of obelisk that gets mentioned in the Banshee.
Ooh. Well, the symbol for Lux. Wait, is Rebecca into the lore now? Rebecca has become a lore fiend. I'm Googling this because...
Now, here's the other question. It's my front door, Shiny. Here's the one for you. So what do you think it means if it's broken and floating? Remember when they said that nothing could break it, even dynamite and men with pickaxes, nothing could damage it?
I mean, something supernatural must have done it.
Why?
Because it's got to be a what do you call it? It's like a totem and like some spiritual connection.
Well,
Just
what's the one in the Banshee lore?
I'm looking.
Nothing living could damage it.
No.
Very
An
astute,
obelisk,
Red.
an
Very
obelisk of
astute.
blackened stone marked with cryptic symbols. I've attempted many occasions to collect a sample of this stone to no avail. No acid, any number of men with pickaxes and hammers could make so much as a dent in it. Its properties are unlike any mineral encountered or recorded in all of Malorum.
So, how did they get through it?
I don't know, but it's floating, so that can't be good.
No, how did they get through the one in the Banshee?
Oh, did they? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Alchemist,
Reb beat you to
obelisk. Oh, damn it.
it.
Oh, the
In the
moonlight.
Banshee one,
Ooh.
it said the light of dawn. So they got the mirrors, remember?
I don't remember,
Reflected the
honestly.
sun's rays in the morning. They got all the mirrors from a local village and set them all up so that the sunlight would reflect onto the obelisk underground during the light of dawn. Yeah, they used the mirrors. So if that one opened at the light of dawn, this one appears to open during a full
Oh shit.
moon.
Moon is cool. Fuck yeah, dude. Moon doors, baby. Freaking moon obelisks, baby.
You see? That was something I can't believe that no one paid attention to that yesterday. But
That's
there's your
fucking
little
cool,
sneak
man.
peek into the lore.
That's fucking cool, dude. Hell yeah. Yes, feel free to quote me on that. Shining moon doors, baby. Fuck yeah,
There
dude.
you go.
All right, see, they're non-believers. We have our moon door. It's literally right here in art form. It's cool. Kick ass. Go
I just want to know
check
what
out
the
Deadhaus
markings
Sonata
are
now.
going up and down it, because
Yeah.
that swirling pattern obviously is something needing to be activated. But that looks like script going up and down it.
Yeah.
Almost like Oum or something.
Yeah, it looks what's the
And does that mean that this only floats like that during the full moon? Is it a broken thing with that lying on the ground when there's not a full moon? I wonder what happens at the full moon. If dawn opened the realm of the Banshee, what would moonlight do? Giga Banshee. Oh, maybe it leads to somewhere far, far more terrible. Plus, that didn't lead to the realm of the Banshee. That just led to a crypt, and there just happened to be a Banshee in it.
Yeah.
We didn't say that was the realm of the
and
Banshee.
They just over was the mirrors thing. I already closed the page. Was the mirror thing the weird the triangular door or something that opened up in the Banshee?
They opened it. They got the light of dawn, and then it was like a sheen of water.
Okay.
That they walked through.
And I'm looking up old Norse glyphs now to figure out what that symbol is.
Who says it was Norse?
I know. Or Futhark.
Aren't they using Proto-Indo-European? You need to consult the pie.
Proto-Indo-European. But what flavor of pie? Raspberry, strawberry,
Black Forest,
apple, Black Forest pie.
3.14. That's it, Rep.
Yeah. And Pi Day is one of my favorite days.
3.14, Rep. It's always to remember it's 3.14 because if you write it down and turn around, it spells pi backwards.
Oh, whoa, that's really cool. Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I didn't even think of that, man. That's some out of the box thinking.
There's the nerd in me coming back there.
Okay, so the symbol looks incredibly similar to where'd it go?
Wait, what? I think it just broke Shiny. Pi
backwards.
PI
3.14.
3.14, as you see what Reb writes. If you write that down and look at it, it spells pi backwards. The 4
Yeah, in
being
number
a P,
form.
1 being an I, and the 3 being an E. You're like, whoa.
Okay,
Easy
the
way to remember
symbol
pi.
looks incredibly similar to. I found the runic alphabet. I know it's not the correct one, but it looks similar to the NG symbol and the TH symbol in runic alphabet.
Oomph.
Nerds.
Nerds. Who's the one watching a podcast, a fan podcast for a video game?
No, I was at work the other day and I can't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about some nerd stuff, and then someone at work, I told her, yeah, I have a podcast, and then like as a an exclamation of like, status, like, he has a podcast, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool.
I have a podcast. You should see my YouTube views.
Yeah, right. You should see my 3 billion YouTube views or something. Ugh.
But yeah, that I'm still wanting to find out. Waiting to see, can someone tell me what the little thing up in the tree here is?
I mean, you said
It's got a tail.
Does it have a tail, or is that a branch?
Chalet. Weird shaped branches.
I'm just gonna go to the website.
Some weird shaped gnarly branches, isn't it?
I'm checking it out right now. I'm downloading the image as we speak.
This is where we're going to be giving out to Calypso and calling him "Oi, you in the bushes." Do ghouls dwell in trees? You know there are more monsters than the undead, right?
Okay, hang on. It looks like there's something in the tree, and those may be legs.
Drop bears. There we go.
And those may be legs, or it might be because it looks like there's a tree behind the tree that the thingy is sitting in.
But notice like how the 2 forward trees and this one tree behind it here are dead, but all the rest of them have foliage.
Yeah, that's creepy, dude. That's really cool, though.
Now, what I wanted to bless you with.
Undead drop.
If the candles are to light the way and protect you to go somewhere, why are they leading you to this?
Because the Ignis Fatuus lights the path to hell. What if that's just a neat wink to Ignis Fatuus, and it's just candles replace it, and because this is leading to this door, and it's there, and then like that's
there's an
look, there's and then you're walking down the road, and you're walking past here, whatever, and then you go up to the village. Wait a minute, where is it? I mean, and then it's a long road. It's a long road. So you're walking down the road, and then you keep walking down the road, and you're getting closer to this cemetery grave-like area, and then you enter the cemetery grave-like area. Oh yeah, there's something else above the church, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, it's not here, and then boom, there's your moon door, like maybe a few feet behind the cemetery, within the same area, maybe behind the church or something.
So they've candles to mark the graves, but they've candles to mark the obelisk.
Yes. I don't have an answer. Yes. It does look like there's something in between the doorway of the church, though. Unless
anyone else know? Picture Delros is a little bit more detail now.
Is it? Oh man, see, I wish I had the old image for reference. I do somewhere. Oh, I've studied the image. It's just the branch leaning to the left. That's what I thought. That's what I think. Because having something creepy and freaking nightmarish in the tree is too horrible of a thought.
For Deadhaus?
Yes. Well, no.
Wouldn't it be
my
really
own mental
cool
health
if later on, when you're playing the game and then you look back at the art and you realize there's a load of stuff hidden that you didn't see in the first class?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's that's gonna happen though, man. It's gonna be
it's almost like Dennis intentionally hides things. And Sailor, hello.
Have you met this game? Hey Sailor, what's up?
So, Sailor, just to catch you up, Calypso, I'll allow you to explain.
Okay, so moon doors, baby. Yeah, this is a look, or at least an early look at a potential moon door or moon pillar, in Deadhaus. And it's got the little runes and stuff there, and then the candles are like its guide that it may or may not be leading to this obelisk, throughout a couple of other images, aka like a big nod to the Ignis Fatuus in my own theory. But yeah, moon doors, man, because in the Banshee
I was asking
reveal,
how.
go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
No, go
No,
ahead.
keep going. You're on the right
In the
track.
Banshee reveal, they needed mirrors and stuff to open the obelisk, or the light door, the day door. So they need the lights to shine the mirrors and yada yada yada. And then for this one, it's the light of the moon to open up this pillar or this door, this doorway.
A full moon.
Yeah.
Not just any moon, it's a full moon. The one needed the light of dawn. This one appears to need the light of a full moon. And I still want to know what cracked that.
Yeah, me too. But no, see, here's the thing. What if it's already broken?
Nothing on Malorum could have broken.
What if
that,
it was
apparently,
broken?
according to Alaric.
It's broken like bajillions of years in the past, like the pre-first age of Deadhaus, right? It's been broken by some giant or some monster, and it's, some crazy alien technology or mineral stuff. And then the only reason it's floating and everything like that is because of the moon, because of the magical properties of the moon. So when it's like not a moon, it breaks down and reforms, kind of like a weird time loop thing. This is my symbol.
This breaks on contact with the moonlight. No, I think it's probably lying in ruin, inactive until there's moonlight.
Yeah.
Where you'd go with something that'd need light of the first moon. Exactly. When I saw this, I thought of the story about Golden Soda. Yes. Now, here's the question for you all. Something clearly broke this, wanting to destroy the door. Was that to keep something out or to keep something in?
Dun, dun, dun.
That wouldn't explain the debris. It all floats because in order for it to work, it all has to be back intact. So maybe if you continue with whatever incantation or whatever is done to activate this door, the runes, let's say the rubble is all over the ground and it's inactive. On the light of a full moon, it starts floating like that. And if you activate it, it'll all come together into one piece, maybe.
Clearly keep something in, says Skara. Yeah, clearly.
Clearly in. I don't know, because, those two idiots wanted to get in with the Banshee.
Here's the real...
Although I have a feeling Calypso would probably be guilty of that mistake.
What if... Oh, yeah, definitely. What if... I guess, derailing a minute... Wouldn't this be... Would you guys want this as a fast travel mechanic? I know Deadhaus is an open world game or whatever, but like instead of, in other games or whatever, it's like, oh, reach this checkpoint, and then you can fast travel from your spaceship to this area of the map, that area of the map, or another area of this map, depending on what map you're going to, right? So what if moon doors or day doors or whatever are kind of obtuse fast travel system within game, obviously, leading to secrets and stuff, but do all
go on, read it out loud.
Do all obelisks... I mean, the other question is, do all obelisks lead to Shiny's apartment? Interdimensional doorway.
Oh, that's dangerous on Twitch. Anyway, that's interesting though.
Yeah, fast travel. I think that would be really cool.
That's clearly what happened in the Banshee one, because that wasn't the Banshee lair. They just happened to go somewhere where there happened to be a Banshee.
Yeah,
because the description of what that was sounded like some type of home.
Okay, I just had a thought. It just struck me. What if this is fast travel bat form style?
Oh, like in Blood Omen.
Yes,
because like the markers where you flew from one to the other.
And they were just obelisks, and they were just had a bat on top of them, and that's how you get your fast travel. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Your fast travel is an obtuse thing like this, and it's bing, bat form, and then you, stuff like that. Or the only other thing I can think of is in Soul Reaver 2, your checkpoints where you tether your soul to just poles, and then that was how you got and sort of like fast traveled, or at least started back in an area that died.
I like these theories, but
I'm totally wrong, I know, but it's like that would be cool.
But we do know precedent is set for them in the Banshee one, so it is
Yeah.
some type of transport. It
yeah.
is some type of dimensional thingy where you enter the realm of the dead or something.
Yeah, dimensional portal. Definitely a dimensional portal. Probably a dimensional portal.
And who put them there? That's the other question. They're like, oh yeah, this is how we like Banshees, Light of Dawn. You go through it.
Yeah.
Who put them there?
Well, I mean, the aliens, of course. the aliens of Deadhaus, of course.
Keep in mind, right? Because I know the answer to this. If I ask this in the Discord, they're going to go, it's like, oh, it's the liches. Liches only exist because of men. There are things far, far older than men in Malorum.
The elder beings.
Don't forget, liches, ghouls, and vampires only exist because of men. Technically, revenants as well. The other things are not or were never human. Oh wait, wraiths technically, but you could have wraiths of other species, I guess.
Yeah.
But to word it seriously, do they all lead to the halls of darkness from the Banshee play? And if you can navigate them, then there's your faster. That's what it could be. Or maybe that, like, the Hall of Darkness thing is a particular place in the realm of the dead, or wherever the dead dwell. You know, the city of the damned, the city of the dead, whatever.
Yeah, I think I was going to say something like, what if it's a Lovecraftian thing where you go to a literal another dimension?
Oh, like Hellraiser.
Yeah, like Hellraiser, or like, gosh, what's the story? Randolph Carter is a character in Lovecraft stories. It's an allegory for Lovecraft himself. He put himself into his work, and Randolph Carter has the ability to transport or travel to literal other dimensions, like cosmic dimensions, parallel dimensions, you know, just like, so what if these moon doors are kind of like the ability to, rather than in Blood Omen 1 where you enter a moon door and you go to like a secret cave area or something, what if these literally transport you to a multiverse, to another realm, a purely other realm, like not the realm of the dead, not the realm of, some elder gods or something, but we have such sights to not let you see in absolute darkness.
Randolph has the ability to get effed in so many different levels that he earned the enmity of Nyarlathotep.
Yeah,
true. Although when you started mentioning Lovecraft, and there's very, very heavy Lovecraftian themes in Deadhaus, I just looked at this and went, Innsmouth.
Oh yeah. Oh, what you mean? Gelris?
Yes, Innsmouth.
Innsmouth. I can kind of see it. The old timey look, definitely.
You don't know what's on the other side of this hill. We're looking down on it from this side. Yeah, there is another side.
That's true. Fish people.
The ocean.
Fish people is on the other side of the hill.
Fish people. Sorry, I just love these two pictures. Is that one?
Dude, I love those two.
So this is just magnificent. I want this to hang up on the wall.
Bob Ross.
That's just stunning.
This is if Bob Ross had an emo phase.
Oh, there's a Bob Ross documentary on Netflix.
I know. I've seen reviews, and it's getting controversies.
Well, yeah, that's good for the rating.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
bad for the long-term performance.
Yeah, but I mean, Bob Ross is awesome. But yeah, no, that I think is one of my favorites. But I definitely love the first one with the candles and the trees.
So what's this here?
That looks like a building.
I love the way Dennis fantastically dodged the question for that one. He's like, "Oh,
what
that's
is
just
it
an abandoned thing."
I mean, it looks like it could be a castle.
It's an abandoned ruin that just happens to have a light.
A light, yeah. Like it could be a castle, a lair of some sort. Man, this is this is great.
Do you know those candles around that tree are a fire hazard?
They're magical candles, okay?
Yeah, which again, to my point.
To your right of the
here, I don't know if the mouse is showing up. It's in the top right-hand corner. There's part of a ruin.
What is showing up is Discord again. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
God.
I
So why the candles? I have the picture open in another tab. Ah, yes.
okay, cool.
Ah, yes. We got to bring that back.
I am
We're
bringing
bringing
it back. So for those of you who follow us on Deadhouse Whispers, we are on Spotify and everything. We also have an official Deadhouse Whispers YouTube channel now. That's where everything's going,
Yes.
pretty much.
So if you don't follow, please go follow us.
So yeah, we have a Deadhouse YouTube channel. I will be bringing back. This is a promise. I will be bringing back the yes for our YouTube. Hopefully in a good way, if I can get all my editing correctly.
I have to laugh at Sailor with that one. Abandoned castle. Me with
free real estate.
Oh, there'll be very little. So yeah, and did you see the gravestones then, Calypso? I don't have them to hand here, but I'm sure you've seen them.
I haven't seen the gravestones, but they sounded very Haunted Mansion-y, which is a ride here in Disney where it's like a comedy play on death, and all the gravestones outside of the mansion are like jokey, where it's like there's a guy who's like, this is Fred, he got a boulder dropped on his head, and like they're very comedy-esque. But I'll definitely be checking out the gravestones.
Apparently they'll be done with the founders pack names or something, for people supporting it.
Yeah,
the Peekaboo gravestone. Yes, that's the one I want. So we were all asking who's favorite what, and there was one where it has a big monument and there's like a reaper like looking over the side of it and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's the one I want. I want that one.
Yeah,
just put the faceless mask on and I'll be happy.
I definitely gotta. I mean, is that it? That's not. Is that anywhere on the site or no? Or was it only in the stream yesterday?
It was only on the stream.
Okay,
so anyone that missed it,
that,
head on over,
yes.
search Deadhaus Sonata
if you're like
on YouTube,
me,
check it out.
If you're like me and you've missed it, you might want to watch it. It's up on the Deadhaus Sonata YouTube already, I'm sure. And yeah, hopefully it sounds funny, sounds cool.
The light is defo coming from within. Exactly. I love it when you try to ask Dennis questions. He's either like brushes off like, oh, it's just an abandoned building, or my other favorite one is like, good question.
Yeah, no, I love Dennis for that. Oh, that's a good question. It's a great question.
You can't give away. You can't be giving away all the beans,
Mm-hmm.
Can't get to see how the sausage is made. You need to be able to, enjoy, because there's some interesting things coming down the pipeline.
It does look like a ruin of some form. Did you read this already? Oh, yeah. Light level being low. Yeah.
There's liches in there. I have a dirty suspicion there's liches.
I have a creepy. There's something really, really creepy. I don't remember what game it is. If it is a game or if it's just something from my nightmares. It might even be just from the Lich radio play, where I just have in this image particular, or even any of the ones that we've shown so far, I just imagine a bunch of liches, not one, not two, but like a bunch, like 10 or like, maybe 7, just floating around really creepily and really eerily or whatever, like just off in the distance, and they're not making any noise. But
that's what I love, because I've seen it in the Discord. People are talking about how liches are very like solitary and they won't work with anyone else. That's not the lore at all. Everyone's just made that up. Yeah, Sailor. That's what we were talking about at the start. Battle demo, though. Combat demo. If you look, Sailor, were you there for when Dennis mentioned that on the stream?
Having a silent conference.
Yep. Because if you watch the stream and Dennis mentioned the combat demo, if you look in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you might have gotten a little teaser at what the actual combat room thing will look like.
I mean, you could
you can go look at the stream.
There's one. Is it during the tarot card? One of the tarot card reveals. I think it's during the skill, when he's talking about initially the skill system for the tarot cards. They show some grayscale combat demo stuff, and
oh no, that won't be it. No, it will actually the combat demo will be a legit room. Like when you're playing it, it will look exactly how Deadhaus looks. Cool. Might be a little bit like on the low end of graphics, because they're not going to put like a massive amount into that. They just want the character to look fine, the enemies to look fine, and the arena to look really good. But it's obviously, because it's a demo thing, it's more about the quality of it than like the quality of the actual fighting rather than the visuals and stuff. That's why there won't be any tarot cards or anything into that.
Yeah.
Although I'm egging for like, I believe that there should be like some kind of high score system to
Oh, dude,
gamify it a
definitely.
little. And high scores, once you reach a certain high score, you should get an in-game cosmetic that will carry over into Deadhaus. Just a cosmetic item, just as a kind of a nod that, you know, I have, you know, I was there for the combat demo, because it'll be available to everyone. And Calypso, here's my pitch. It should be the Crimson Sword of Fire.
Dude, yes. If there's not a Crimson Sword of Fire in this game, I'll be severely disappointed. I will be severely disappointed. What's funny,
I'm pushing for that. There better
dude,
be.
totally. There should
has to
be.
be.
That's the special weapon that you get, or that's the special. I wouldn't even mind if that were the weapon that you used in the combat demos, the Crimson Sword of Fire, and it carries over into full Deadhaus.
Even when I hear it back in my head, I just hear Crod Man, dude.
I'm really interested in knowing what the original full name was or something before Colden flubbed it and just went with Crimson Sword of Fire.
I don't even think Dennis can remember it. It was just something like the something Blade of Gelras or something. It was just like a placeholder name, but it was a name that just Colden. He said he practiced it and he was fully able to say it. It's just, you know, when they hit record and they were filming it, it just wouldn't come out. He just said it wrong, and he said it wrong a few times. It's like, can I say this? Like, yeah, go on. It's a meme at this point. It is. Yes. And it should have inscribed on the handle, "Ah, yes."
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I'm down for that.
Inspect item into the hilt. Ah, yes.
Yes. Ah, yes. It's not even, and what's the best part? The best part is that it's not even like a fire sword or anything.
Yeah,
it's just called the Crimson Sword of Fire.
Does
like
minus
if anything,
1 damage.
Yeah, something like that. Like if there's anything flamey about it, it's either going to be the hilt or like, you know, really cheesy, like maybe like a really cheesy, like carved in fire, like flame at the bottom or something.
It should look like the little stand-in graphic that was used for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It should look really like low poly too.
That's what I was thinking too. Definitely.
It would be phenomenal.
I think, Rebecca, you should know this weapon because not only is the Crimson Sword of Fire a meme at this point, Crodman Dune, the weapon that he used was the Flaming Sword of Fire.
And in the original announcement for Deadhaus, when they were showing about community involvement, they had a little demo reel when one was about like community interactions, how like if you were streaming it on Twitch, how you could have your chat interact with the game. Then the other one was about the internal ones where people could like set up a vote and you could call an election. And then that way, you know, people in the game could vote by doing stuff like doing a particular dungeon. So like would be for vampires, let's say, would get a boon and an item and all like that, or wraiths or revenants or whatever would get a thing to help doing it. So you could vote one or the other. Now, the part of that's like, yeah, so they get it. She says, we get so much extra XP and the Crimson Sword. And it was beautiful. It's a work of art. I'm fairly certain it's still on the YouTube channel, so go check it. It's about I think it's community interaction or something.
Yeah, something like that. Like community interaction. I think it's part of the the Dungeon Master showing also.
Yeah. Like Twitch integration or social media integration. It's something to that effect. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, great. So good. See, some things just legendarily turn into memes without actually meaning to be memes.
Yes. And it was that's just one of those moments. It's like yes, it'll live forever in infamy.
It'll never die. It'll never die. And then you have people coming into Deadhaus like 10 years from now and they're like, why is everyone saying yes? Why is that a quote on everyone's profile?
God dang, restream. I got a resub and I didn't even get notified. That's the one problem I have at Restream. It won't give me notifications.
Thank you for the resub and something about we've reached 100 messages in this chat today. So that's a new record. Yeah.
Woo!
Yay, everybody. Wow. Thank you.
Yay. Spam crap in the chat. We get this going.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's going to be a lot of new memes born. I just feel a little sad that there's so many new people coming into the community, and I'm delighted for them to come in, but I feel like they miss some of the really funny stuff. And I'd like to get that going again, to get that sense of humor going, because like we've a bit of a slog before the end of the year, because that combat demo is coming towards the end of the year. So we want to get the community hyped up, get the fun back into it, get everyone having a laugh, get the meme wars going again.
Gonna be it's gonna be a bit. I don't want to say it's gonna be slow, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a little slow without meaning to be slow. And that's just for everything, not just like Deadhaus or whatever. That's for just like the world in general. You know. Subscribe to tier 1.
Thank you for that, Reb. That she just done a
cool.
He said, "Oh shit, you are Faceful Mike now." Yes, Faceful Mike. Thanks to Deadhaus Sonata and Apocalypse Studios. It's a slog. It's why I suggested Guild Wars. We'll be bouncing between Guild Wars. We will be bouncing between New World, and as myself and Calypso are going starting up, Quake.
Yep,
this is very
Quake's
important.
back.
I know this is a Doom shirt, but there will be Quake. That's one of the most important things. Those death matches are going to be a blast.
Oh man, and it's crossplay, so you can be on consoles and get owned by PC players.
That's why you need to play it hardcore and try it with a controller.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. Yeah, good thing I have a.
If you can kick ass with a controller, you're beyond anyone else. Mm-hmm. If you can beat a PC player while using a controller, your skills are without measure.
Oh, definitely.
Because I remember back in the day, Quake for me back in the day was a completely different animal, because everyone's used to WASD. When I played Quake, that didn't work. You had to use the arrow keys. Switch player.
Yeah, it was a DOS game back in the day. And then
it was. You had to use the arrow keys.
It was DOS, and then it got GL support, and then a bunch of, and then Windows and all this other stuff, and then the whole WSD thing. Like, that's the best thing about Quake, I think. Not only was it the first fully 3D shooter that redefined pretty much all of gaming in general, it was a freaking DOS game when it first came out.
Yes, Shiny. We'll make sure there's a nice little mod so you can play Deadhaus on DOSBox.
Yeah. Let's do it. No mouse controls, guys. Yeah. You're going to be using the keyboard like you're at NASA trying to control a spaceship or something.
But Reb, if you're not playing the Switch on the toilet, are you really a gamer? Please port Deadhaus to DOS. And see, can we get it running on a Switch first?
Yeah.
And mobile. Although they're getting Warframe to run on mobile, so freaking anything.
Are they?
Possible. Yeah. I've seen it and done it myself, where I played Genshin Impact on mobile, which is really weird because it's
I know about Genshin Impact. I didn't know
from what I can gather is you're essentially kind of cloud streaming.
That makes sense. I can see that.
It's the full game, and like most of it is on your phone, but it's running through like some type of streaming software.
Yeah.
Where the phone is picking up the slack and stuff like that, because it runs perfectly. Like, I was in shock. And then I seen with the Warframe community thing where they're implementing their crossplay thing, and they brought it playable on a phone. So I kind of assumed the mobile would be house stuff, shop customization, but not the actual game. Why not? It should be. Although I do think there better be an app for me to be able to micromanage my whole Deadhaus account on the phone. I want to be able to craft stuff and stuff like that when I'm not.
Yeah, I think that too. I think with Shiny, what she said here, I kind of assumed that the mobile would be house stuff, shop, customizations, not the actual game. I am inclined, even though I don't know if that's going to be a thing, I actually would kind of enjoy that more if the mobile experience for Deadhaus was just customization. Like, as terrible as this sounds, as casual as it sounds to have a mobile companion app for Deadhaus or something where it's just customization of your house and just, cosmetic stuff and yada, yada, yada. I also think for the Deadhaus community that's okay. Like, just going in there and messing around with your house or whatever and doing that kind of stuff. Like, people love that shit, Why
do you want to know what the things. No, well, I'm all for being able to log into the game because I love that. I've certainly
Yeah.
played mobile games, not like other ones, but like ARPG games. Like Pokemon. I was playing Pokemon Go for all. I played a Witcher Monster Slayer, not games, but like that. I tried Genshin. One big thing I'd love to do because it really annoys me with a lot of PC games. Pardon me, even though they have them. They have like mobile companion apps and all like that. Let me go into the item shop and buy stuff.
Yeah, that
So I
too.
don't have to turn on my PC. So let's just say, like, tomorrow morning is the refresh of the Deadhaus like cosmetic store or whatever. Let me be able to log in on my store and buy stuff on my phone so that I don't have to get to my PC. So when I go to my PC, I can just log in, play. It's like, yep, equip that. There we go.
I agree. I agree. That'd be fine too. The way I can see Deadhaus working on mobile if it used touchscreens.
If Warframe works, it will.
If Warframe can work, then Deadhaus will work. But like, I mean, to be fair to the mobile gaming community, it's actually turning into a really big thing now, which is something I didn't see coming at all.
I mean, sorry,
it is a big thing,
bigger
but
than the rest of the gaming market.
I don't mean like casual mobile games. I mean like full on. You need a controller. There are phones. There are gaming phones built specifically for gaming on your phone, and you can like port like Linux. Yeah, that.
I have a Razer phone.
Yeah, so there are fucking gaming phones. There's even freaking phones that you need a water cooling system on your phone. You literally attach it to your phone, and it's a freaking water cooler, CPU.
Yeah, they still haven't figured that stuff out
because
any of the modern phones, like from my one forward, that are like they're basically small end PCs in a phone shape. They get really damn hot when you're like really struggling with the system. It gets hot.
Why would you want a phone like that? Because you're a true gamer, Shiny. You're a true gamer.
Like when you're standing in line at the DMV, you need to be able to play quick.
Yeah, exactly. I need to be able to boot up Doom and be able to play Doom on my phone.
Like Snake and Tetris. Oh, if you don't have Tetris on phone, you're not allowed to call yourself a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have Tetris on your phone.
I feel bad because I'm not a big gamer on the go guy. Like I was back in the day when handhelds were just Game Boy and the freaking
my SP
the Sega.
Everywhere.
What was the Sega one called? I forgot. I even had one. Game Gear. When they were just Game Boy and Game Gear, like that was when I was a on the go gamer. But like I haven't really seen the need for it now because we have YouTube and movies and TV shows. And we have freaking mini televisions in our hand.
That's the thing. Well, that's the other side to it. With the Switch, I think that's kind of breaking that kind of trend. It's the Game Boy and the NES, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think
I want to be able to wear comfy pants and get into it. I'll not play for a second to get interrupted with my massive burning phone. My first hand I get Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi's having a resurgence lately.
Yes, it is.
I can't understand. How is that not a phone app? Like how legit? Why is that not a phone app?
Because whoever is they're trying to not because there's fees. You know why there's fees, and whoever runs or owns Tamagotchi would have to pay Apple or this person or that person a percentage of having their Tamagotchi game on their store. It's like Steam.
Okay, yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah.
No, I think mobile gaming, but like mobile gaming, like you said, it was a thing years ago when you have 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Maybe you were on an hour car ride with your parents, something like that. But nowadays, as you said, it's just like everyone's guilty of this. You open your phone and scroll Twitter or Instagram or whatever your poison is, Reddit. It doesn't matter.
And I'm not gonna lie, TikTok. I do have games on my phone, and I do play Max Payne on my phone quite often. But it's a virtual joystick, and it sucks really hard. So like. Oh, you need like a little controller or something, but
yes, you very much do. I seen they brought out those ones where you can attach to the side of
an
Xbox controller.
They're not bad.
That's another one. Apparently, I heard a little rumor today that there is a Deadhaus Sonata TikTok for any of you youngins enough to follow that. So like, Shiny always says the social medias, go follow that. Fortnite edition. Yeah, we're not going to touch that. I'm not touching that with a barge pole, Scara. Not on here, man. I'm not getting banned.
So, spoiler alert, guys, Deadhaus Sonata has really just been a really elaborate ploy as an expansion for Fortnite. So, if you don't have Fortnite, you're not going to get Deadhaus Sonata.
I don't even have TikTok. I just know TikTok is the reason why kids are doing stupid crap over the past 2 years.
Yeah, have you seen the milk crate? I think they're calling it like the Ghetto Olympics or the Hood Olympics or something. And it's people walking. They stack milk crates like 8 feet tall, and then they they climb them up. And then it's how long can you stay on the milk crates, or how long can you climb
Calypso,
up and
do you remember
go
when we
down
used to do
without
dumb shit
breaking?
like that as teenagers without it being filmed and put on the internet?
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't need that. I could shove my head in a window or whatever, and nobody was filming it. I just did it on my own.
I am so grateful I got to do all that stupid crap as a teenager before this stuff went on the internet. Oh dear. Now we just live stream everything. But TikTok. I think that's so old time for us.
I'm so old. I hear TikTok and I think of a clock, not like an app for your phone, man.
Yep, that's where we are.
Yeah. Anyways, that's been it for Deadhaus. Yeah, that's it for Deadhaus Whispers. Thanks for listening. We are on Spotify and all those things. Thanks for watching. We are on that. We are on YouTube. We have a new YouTube for Deadhaus Whispers. It's specifically at Deadhaus Whispers. That's where this is going. You can follow me, Calypso, at Necrolibriatus on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow Faceless Mike at the Faceless Mike on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch. That's where this is if you weren't watching it already. And you can follow Deadhaus Sonata at Deadhaus Game on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Twitch, I think also. So yeah, go do all those things. And of course, don't forget to go to deadhaussonata.com to look at all the images we were looking at. And if you guys were listening, hopefully you're doing that while you're listening to this.
Grab a founders pack.
And grab a founders pack. Sorry, yeah, grab a supporters pack.
You're too late for the founders pack. They're gone. Because you know when they said when they're gone. Well, now they're gone. Although for the supporters pack, Ashen Ring, baby. Ring.
Honestly, that armor looks pretty sweet. I might have to buy another supporters pack just for myself. So it's at Faceless Mike and not the Faceless. Is it the Faceless Mike? Oh crap! Did I fuck that up? Is it the Faceless Mike? Shit.
I showed up.
I'm sure if you Google Faceless Mike on any of those things, you'll find him, guys. Jeez.
There's 2 Faceless Mikes in the world. I am not the guitarist from Los Angeles.
Well. But clearly his accent is so American. And that will be us, guys, signing off. Thanks for watching. We will see you guys in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.